Ladies and gentlemen, we are concluding chapter 5 first thing Monday. We're going to talk about stability of alkenes. You might want to read about it. It's right at the end of the chapter. But this is nomenclature, and I believe we introduced one of our new groups the other day. This one here. But there's 3 more, and they're all here. This was methylene. Now, summary of the new groups is over here. Chapter 5, it didn't work, the cleaning. It got worse. Oh, wow. I think the cleaning made it worse. So if you have a chain with this on it, methylene. If you have a chain with this on it, I'm doing an order of increasing carbons. That's called vinyl. You can use this name, but you better learn vinyl as well. Yes, it can be called an PHENYL group. If you don't have this E in there, you're in trouble. There's a double bond in there, right? So learn the vinyl because that's much more common out there in the real world. And the next one has a CH2 ahead of the double bond. It's called ALLYL. You can use this name, 2-prophenyl. But you must learn ALLYL. And this one is the most common of all because it's found in thousands of pharmaceuticals and real life molecules, and it's called a phenyl. Now, if you're asked to draw a phenyl, you must draw the whole thing right there. This is part 3 of your exam, nomenclature. You cannot use short forms for nomenclature. The sad part is Dr. Whitaker can clearly use short forms because look, here's a part 3 question and I've got a short form and another short form. That's a short form too. But that one you've got enough information to figure out that's the same as that. But the other short forms for phenyl are Ph. Don't write that on a nomenclature question. Any other part of the exam, it's fine. Or if you count C's and H's, wow. These are all phenyls. Okay? You want the parenthetical name? I guarantee not a single student will ever use it. There'd be 1 or 2 in this class that would because they're clever that way. But if you want the parenthetical name, following the pattern upstairs, that's carbon 1, that's carbon 2. That's why it got 2 in its name. 1, 3, 5, cyclohexa, tri-N-yl. No chemist has ever used that short form for phenyl. It's not a short form, that's why. It's very long, okay? But it fits everything, right? There's carbon 1, right? 3, 5. They all have double bonds. There's your tri-ene, cyclohex. Okay, don't use that, please. Okay. Yes. Sorry? Benzyl? No, that's a new one. Benzyl. Benzyl is looking ahead at 242. Benzyl is phenyl with an extra CH2, and it's a good thing you brought it up. That's phenyl. Sorry, benzyl. And since it came up, I like to, if you're going to learn this in the future, which you must, vinyl is to allyl as phenyl is to benzyl. This is Chem 242, once again, not showing up on a test. Okay? But it is a very common name, benzyl. All right? It has resonance. Both phenyl and benzyl have resonance, but you can put the double bonds here, here, and here instead. That would be the other resonance form, and it doesn't matter which one you choose. Yeah, they are resonating groups, big time. And what we're going to do over here is realize that this molecule has phenols here and here. They're both the same thing. Please don't pretend that's a stereocenter. It's not. I was a little sneaky here, right? Please verify that CH2 has to be this, which make both of those the same. What's the name of it? Yeah, vinyl methylene. That is madness. There too. I can't live with that. Wow. Moving around the screen. And what's that one on the top? CH2, then vinyl. Yes. ALLYL. Alphabetically, we're talking A and M and P and V. They have to go in that order. I want to emphasize that these are just new groups. None of them is any more important than old groups. Okay? So we have the same rules as before. Remember also, there's a ring here with a double bond in it. That is the most important part of the name, the double bond that is in the ring. You need to choose a numbering system that puts the double bond in the ring on carbon 1 and has the lowest possible number for the first group. So you're not going to go 1, 2, are you? Can't even write the 2. You're going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 5, 5. So all those marks on the bottom of the screen is just me trying to get so I can write on the screen. I'm leaving them there. Okay. So there's your numbers. Allyl has to go first. 1 allyl. What's next? P is after M, correct? Methylene.
So why don't we number that side?
Why don't we number that side was the question. Both sides of the ring are numbered, so I need more clarity.
Why don't we get number 3 methylene?
Because this would go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you don't have your first group until 2. The system we've got right now has a group on 1, which is immediately better. Okay? They both had the double bond between 1 and 2. So you were down to 2 choices. And phenyl is before vinyl, that's correct. How do you say there's 2 phenols, both of them on carbon 3? Thank you for saying 3, 3. If you write 3 diphenyl, you lose a quarter point, I promise. If you write 3 diphenyl, you lose a quarter point. And you will be directed to the video made on the 20th of February. Okay? Same for the vinyls. They're on the same carbon. Don't write 5-divinyl. Each one gets a number. And how do you say ring size 8 with a double bond? Cyclooctene. I will accept the number for the ene optional, because I know it's between 1 and 2 when there's a ring with only one double bond and you say the ring's name. I know it's between 1 and 2. But just to be clear, you can sneak a 1 in a couple locations. You can put the 1 here. I need a pen. I need a gray. I can put the 1 here, or I can put the in front of the cyclo. Okay? And it's optional to start with. You don't need it at all. Okay. That's a big name. And there's no stereo centers, but there is a ring size 8 with a double bond in it. You have to tell me whether it's E or Z if you choose that method, or cis trans if you choose that method. I'm going to do this EZ on 1. Step 1, cut it in half. Step 2, put missing H's on if there are any. Step 3, prioritize the groups on each side. Carbon beats hydrogen. Wow, it disappeared. And on the other side of the double bond, it's tricky, but it goes 1 here and 2 up here. How come? They both are CH2s that go to a C double C, but this C double C has an H on it. This C double C has no H on it. So the ones are on the same side, and I got that circle just kind of moved. Ones are on the same side. Trying to get a pen, trying to put Z. In this case, the chain enters from, well, if I consider this on an angle, the right side is here, the left side's here. The chain is on the right side going in and on the right side coming out. Is that cis or trans? If the chain enters the same side it exits, cis. I don't want anybody referring to this video and saying cis means Z. I have gone on at length about that multiple times. Not an argument that I would accept. Okay? Each one's a case-by-case basis. You do both methods. Sometimes cis ends up Z, sometimes cis ends up E. There is no connection between the two. But you have to pick one of the methods that you want to use for this particular double bond. Okay? And then we got to do our dots. We got to go 8 carbons between the dots. I like some of you have been practicing these so many times. You make it look like a football every time, which is cool. American football. And it doesn't look great, does it? Yeah, there's a dead spot. And you like the one in the middle. And you move it over so you can fill in the dead spot. And you put dots. I need 8 dots on one of the bridges. I'm going to go in the middle this time just to be difficult. No, not 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 5 on another arm. And 3 on another arm. How do you, and you decide which bicycle is a 1. I'm going there. What's the group on 1 and how do I draw it? Here's how I remember how I help myself learn. What kind of group has to be on 1? That's in the name. Allyl. How do you draw an allyl? How many carbons in a row first? Careful. 3. 3 in a row. Don't count the chain, please. 1, 2, 3. Where's the double bond? The last 2. There's your allyl. Going to carbon number 13. Oh, well, 1 goes to 10. Oh, boy. And then where's 11? Is 11 to the right of 10 or above? Or they're both to the right? Right down or right up? Somebody said down, they were right. I got to go to 13. Is that right? No, 10's good. Oh, there's a 13 on a group on 13. You want to draw the group on 13 first because it's next to the name? Why not? How do I draw a methylene? The 13 is double bonded to a CH2. You can do it like that. That works for me. 7's got a methyl. And there's a double bond between 6 and 7. I should have done that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 7. There's a double bond. Psi. Double bond. Make sure you put a double bond in there. And we need it to be E. And there's a group on 7. Do you agree? What's the group on 7? Phenyl. What are you going to write? Is somebody going to write pH? They're going to lose a half point. Somebody going to write C6H4? They're going to lose a half point. You're not allowed a short form when you draw a phenyl. You got to show me you know what a phenyl looks like. Makes sense, right? What am I going to test to see what a phenyl looks like? Nomenclature. What part of the test is nomenclature? Every time. 3. Part 3. When are you not allowed to use phenols as short forms? Section 3. Any other time is fine. Okay. I'm going off on these things because I don't like taking the same points off over and over, even when students, they know and they forget. That's how you draw a phenyl, right? And you better, this is not clearly an E double bond, is it? I need the 2, is there a group on 6? No. So there's an H on 6, do you agree? It means the world. On 7, can you do the 1 and the 2 for me right now? Which one gets the 1 and which one gets the 2? The blue dot is the 2, isn't it? The blue dot is the 2. It has to be, there's the 1. The 1 has to be on the opposite side of the other 1. That's the 1. And H is 2. Where are you going to put the H? Do you want to see your 2 choices? If I put them both down, it's an octet violation. I'm going to erase one of them. Your 2 choices are here so that you know the 1, this got in between the 1 and the carbon. That's the right one, isn't it? The other choice was here. I'm going to erase it very soon. You won't have octet violations on my exam, my videos, I hope. That would be the choice that makes it Z. Because then the phenyl would be on the same side as this carbon here, which is the 1. Do not draw that. In this example, it's wrong. So you can always fix it because I know your instinct, and this same instinct for me, we're in a hurry. When I draw my double bonds, either the dot method or the zigzag, my double bond's always going to end up trans because that's how I draw. When I'm drawing a chain, I'm not worrying about where things are yet, right? So you can draw your double bond and just draw some weird geometry if you need to sneak the H in between a carbon and the double bond. All right. Okay, so we got that covered. 10's got a phenyl. Don't put pH, don't put C6H5. How we doing? Doing great. And what about a vinyl on 11? A vinyl on 11. Double bond. Where's 11? Oh boy. I didn't want a vinyl on 11. I messed up because that makes 11 a stereocenter. I don't know how to fix it either. Truth be told, I wanted it on carbon 6, and I made the, I don't know why the 11 showed up. But if I put it on the 6, it creates a nightmare for us. But it does illustrate how you can fix the EZ thing. Let's do it. Step 1, fix your question. It was wrong. I want the 11 to be gone, replaced by a 6. Now, I'm going to show you what happens. The 1 changes and the 2 changes, and this is now going to be wrong. Why is it wrong putting the vinyl there? This is excellent, actually. It helps me illustrate my point again about how to fix an EZ when it didn't work out for you. It's wrong because vinyl is now number 1, right? And that's 2. The fix is very easy. Make sure it's on the other side of the 2. Get rid of it. Put it back on the other side of the 2. There's your double bump. Okay. Now your 1s are on opposite sides. Do you agree? Clearly, they're on opposite sides. The 1 here is on the same side as the 2. It's on the opposite side of the 1. We fixed it. Please make sure you have the 6 in there. Wow, okay, you're handing it in. Not a phenyl there. I think that's it for today. Save. Stopping.